this is the start. This is before she goes anywhere. I started cutting the strings off and thought maybe I'd document the whole process for scallops. So, Charvel DK24, relatively new to the flock. Fan of this neck. I usually play him for a little bit just to make sure I'm a fan. Once I've decided that, yeah, I like this thing, then we get it ready to go out. So a lot of you might be asking, how do I pack this neck? So what you normally do is just find an old box you sent Dean before. And I found this, I got this bubble wrap in something I bought. And this looks like it's gonna work out well. So basically I'm gonna pack the bottom of the box with a couple layers of that. I'm gonna wrap the neck also in more wrap. And then basically do the top, just like I did the bottom, 2-3 layers down there. Tape it up, send it out. I've never had any issues. I use a postal system, and sometimes I put insurance on them, sometimes I don't. It's probably, I've done enough of them to where don't's probably a better thing. I think that this is gonna survive. So, I mean, I think we're good. Next step, get it to the post office. Big day. That came back in the mail. We'll get a little unopening. All right, I'll be back. Alrighty, so you can take a look here. That grain pops out really nicely. I'm gonna get some light on that after the scallops hit it. Puts a small finish on there. I think he might just use gun oil, some oil. I don't know, but that's what she looks like. I never have him go crazy on the scallops. Nice thin scallop is always good, just enough to be able to get under it. But we'll bolt this thing back on. We'll see what she does, but you can see his level of work. Always good work. I will put this thing back on and we'll talk a little bit about it. All right, back on the guitar. 4 bolts, pretty simple. All right, I'm gonna hit these frets up. He tapes them off really good, but it just kind of came back a little bit, you know, non-high polished. I can't say that I sent this neck out super polished, but while I got all apart, I'm just gonna hit it. I'm not one for pretty pictures, so I'm not gonna attempt to tape off what he's already scalloped out. If I nick it up a bit with my buffer, then, you know, I'll rub it off and put some oil on it and it'll be great. I'm not one to baby him that much, but just gonna hit it with whatever this is, white compound. Looking for this. There we go. Versus dulled. And I'll get a little bit better on those as well to get some of those out. I might even get some of my little fine grit paper sheets out and hit up some of those spots, but yeah. And like I said, I'm not overly concerned with hitting it with my buffer because I don't really care that much. Gonna hit it with a little bit of lemon oil, and that's basically to clean the schmutz up from me polishing out. So just a little bit of, you can see all the dirt that I'm picking up, that's mostly rubbing compound, so we'll be back in a second. All right, strung, ready to go. Next step, fine tune it, plug it in. Alright, so what we saw there was the birth of the scallop. Took the neck off, packaged it up, sent it to Dean, got the neck back, cleaned it up a bit, put it back on, restrung. Now, there's two reasons that I usually go with scallops. The one is less friction under the fingers. With scallops, you're never going to run into the I've got wood I can feel. That also goes in when you're bending, right? Which is key for me, because when I'm bending, I don't want to be faced with a problem of like, whoops, I didn't quite get that perfect, and now I've got to fight the wood. And we all do it, where you bend and like you kind of do some weird technique to get that last little bit to get it to pitch. Scallops never usually have that problem. I also run a pretty low action, so being able to dig in under those is very simple. So when I'm looking for a bend, right, we never miss it, because I'm able to basically dig in and get on it. So those are the two big reasons that I do it. I think the two biggest misconceptions with scallops is that people usually claim if you push too hard, you'll send it sharp, and I guess I can get it sharp, but to do that, I have to really assert way more pressure than I normally would play with, and I can't say I have the lightest touch. So I debunk that theory. Maybe if you ran something lighter, these are 9s. Maybe if you were running 8s, you might have a bigger tendency of doing that. But for that matter, 8s on jumbo frets, you could probably push sharp as well if you're trying. Second biggest misconception, I guess, goes along with the first, where people claim you have to have a super light touch. And I don't agree with that. What it does do, though, is you really sort of have to laser into what you're doing, because there is no wood now underneath you to act as a crutch, right? Being able to being able to really make sure your fingers are where they belong is a little bit maybe more important. And that's about it. If you're interested, I can't speak highly enough about Dean. I've attempted to do a scallop myself, and it was a long process with my Dremel, and it's okay, but he's very affordable and does a great work and takes care of it. So that's about all today.